Dubs for the Buffalo Bills. 38-20 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. You like that, Bills Mafia? How are we feeling today? Let's go. This victory Monday feels good. It feels nice, doesn't it? Just all that built up frustration leading up to this game. Ever since last year in that AFC Championship game when the Bills got smoked by the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a day that they've had circled on their calendar, and the Bills came out in this revenge game and they took it to the Kansas City Chiefs. Everything came together nicely at the right time for the Buffalo Bills in this game, and this was a statement victory. The Buffalo Bills just put the whole league on notice. This is a team that is a force to be reckoned with. This victory is massive for the Buffalo Bills for a magnitude of reasons. Firstly, it's a big victory because you look at the AFC and the standings right now. The Kansas City Chiefs now have 3 losses, and they were first seed last year and the year before that. Listen, I know it's early, but right now the Buffalo Bills are 4-1. They're sitting at the top of the AFC, and they have a tiebreaker over the Kansas City Chiefs, which means they really have 2 games in hand on them. So really, it's looking nice for the Buffalo Bills because one of their goals coming into this season was to get that home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And as I mentioned earlier, this game was massive for the Buffalo Bills because they were going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who they lost to in last year's AFC Championship game. This was really a measuring stick game to see where the Buffalo Bills really compare, because the opponents the Bills had earlier in the season that they've been beating up on these teams the past 3 or 4 weeks. You look at Houston, Washington, Miami. They're not that great. They're not that great. It's not real tough competition. And you can't take that away from the Buffalo Bills because they're not deciding who they play. But this was a real test for them. They played against the Kansas City Chiefs and they demolished them. In Arrowhead Stadium, by the way, by a score of 38-20. Josh Allen was a leader out there, doing his thing, firing on all cylinders, spreading the football effectively. Dawson Knox had over 100 yards in this game. Stephon Diggs, 69 yards again. And then you also had Emmanuel Sanders, who had over 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. Allen completed 15 passes on 26 attempts for 315 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. And he also rushed for over 50 yards and a touchdown as well. 4 total touchdowns in the game for Josh Allen, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him be named AFC Player of the Week again. Allen made his presence felt all night long, and wow, he did another one of those miraculous jumping plays. It wasn't quite the jump against Kansas City, but wow. Air Allen, just jumping through the air. Woo! It's so majestic watching Josh Allen soaring through the air. He was great in this game, and you love to see him step up in the big-time moment against the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen putting on display that he can compete with these big boys. And defensively, the Buffalo Bills shut down the Kansas City Chiefs' offense. This was special. The Buffalo Bills defense forced 4 turnovers. 4! Against the Kansas City Chiefs offense. That's loaded with Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This offense in Kansas City is stacked, and the defense came to play for Buffalo. There's 2 forced fumbles and 2 interceptions in this game on the defensive side of the football for the Bills. And anytime you can force Patrick Mahomes to force 2 interceptions, you know you're doing a lot of things right. Not only did they have 2 interceptions on Mahomes, but one of those 2 interceptions was returned for a pick 6 by Micah Hyde. This Bills defensive unit has been stellar all season long. 2 shutouts already, and we're only through the first 5 weeks. I don't care that it came against the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. They are NFL caliber teams. All I can say right now is I'm extremely proud of this group. They went to Arrowhead Stadium, which is never an easy place to win. That's a tough place to play, a tough environment to play as a visiting team. And they walked all over the Kansas City Chiefs. That's impressive. I'm also rather impressed with how this team kept their cool and remained composed through an hour-long delay at halftime. The Bills were up by 11 points, 24-13 at halftime, and there was an hour-long delay. That's not something that's easy to focus on, especially when you're a visiting team that's in a smaller dressing room that's warm, muggy, and just disgusting. Make no mistake about it, this was a business trip for the Buffalo Bills. They went to Kansas City with one thing on their mind: win. And they got that dub. That big dub. Let's go! I think we're going to look back at this game later in the season and we're going to say that's a rallying point for this team. The Buffalo Bills' victory against the Kansas City Chiefs can be a turning point in this year. I know that the Bills have won their last 4 games consecutive now, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to look at this as a turning point in the season for the Bills later in the season because this is a massive victory. The Bills now know. They now know they can beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They believed it, and I believe that they believed that. But they now know and have confirmation that they can beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Not only can the Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but they can beat any team in the league, at any stadium in the league. I believe that. And the Buffalo Bills are going to try to put that on display again next week when they play the Tennessee Titans on Monday Night Football. Let's go. It's going to be another great matchup. I'm excited. I want to know how you're feeling about this Buffalo Bills Kansas City Chiefs game in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, your analysis, some takeaways from that game, and what you're expecting to see next week against the Tennessee Titans. Let's go. Thank you, Bills Mafia. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I'm your guy, Jake. This is the Bills Bunker. Stay tuned for more content coming your way.